Welcome to Overwatch This. This is Jeff from the Overwatch team. Let's have fun today.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Overwatch This. This is episode 33, got there in the end.
Yeah.
And as you might be able to tell from the side of the couch that I'm sitting on, we're having a slightly different episode this week. Matt joins us.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about all the anniversary stuff and all that sort of thing. I was sadly asleep most of the time it was going on as I was horrendously ill, as anybody that watched our League of Legends video is probably very aware. And now I feel a lot better, but I still haven't had very much hands-on time, or hands-o on time.
Hands-o on time, yeah.
Starting with anniversary skins, Matt.
They're pretty swanky, aren't they?
You're a big fan.
Yeah.
And what we're actually going to do is we're going to kind of rate them now. So, best ones, go.
Best ones, right? I think it's D.Va, isn't it?
That is the best one. That's incredible.
That is a very sweet
Already
skin.
some amazing fan art and stuff of it. I think it's a really nice kind of redesign of her character. What's interesting is they keep giving her these skins that don't really fit with the fact that she's such an asshole.
Yeah.
And it's like, it just doesn't work at all. But I think that one is really, really good.
Yeah. They've made her really adorable. And also I think it's a bit of a homage to, there was that fan art that was all kind of like the 1950s
Yeah, there was a load of them,
bombshells.
right? There was like Junkrat and there was a Widowmaker and there was like the D.Va was one of the best ones of those. And, I hope they do a whole line of them.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Following from that, I think Genji has got an amazing skin.
I think it's brilliant.
Like, it just looks like he's a Power Ranger action figure, isn't he? Which is hilarious. Really like Lucio's. I think actually this is probably the best skin Lucio's ever had. The kind of Jazzman.
Yeah, I suppose it probably depends what you feel about his frog skins.
Sure.
Because some people think those are really great.
Yeah, I don't like the frog skin, no. But the hat, I think, suits him. He looks like Will Smith in World War West, doesn't he?
Yeah, and on that, he also, the music changes that he plays
it's all
when he's
jazzy.
doing his stuff. And one of the interesting things about a lot of these skins is they've actually changed quite a lot of stuff. And a lot of the weapons look really good. Genji's weapons look really amazing.
Yeah.
Lucio's weapons look pretty good. A couple of the others we're going to come on to look amazing as well.
Yeah. Talking of that, Symmetra not only has an amazing character skin, but her gun is absolutely beautiful. It's kind of really ornate. I mean, generally her guns are quite ornate anyway, but this one is kind of very, very special, I think.
I think now that they know that the skins work as a thing, you know, that people want them, I think that maybe that might have been in question before launch because of it being a first-person game. Now that they know that they work, they're putting a lot of effort into making sure that the bits you can actually see when you're playing and actually have an impact on you are actually being changed and look really nice. Interesting about the Symmetra one is it seems to be based on, you know, that old bit of concept art where the game was a bit more serious and she had like the V mask on. It seems like this is a little bit, takes a little bit from that. It is different in a bunch of different ways as well.
Yeah, well, that's what I like about a lot of these skins is they feel kind of like the alternate
it's a
superhero.
bit alternate universe. It is
kind of like how the Ultimates in the Marvel kind of universe had slightly different kind of costumes to what Classic did.
Exactly.
I really love Tracer's skin as well. I just think it's really adorable. It's kind of like this big oversized hoodie.
Yeah, they keep giving her legendary skins, but they keep making them really good, so it's difficult to complain.
I know, right? Like it's kind of like I don't actually play Tracer all that much. Like I'm a D.Va main, but Tracer's maybe 5th most played. I kind of think if I'm going to blow my 3,000 kind of gold on anything, it's probably the Tracer one. The gun it's got like a paint spray.
Yeah, again, exactly, and the guns
really
look great
good.
on that. It's just like Trace Maker on the side, and then the can of paint has Winston's face on it for some reason. It looks really good. Though.
Yeah, super good.
All right, that's the good. What about the bad?
What about the bad? Like, it's one of these things that I can't say that they're bad, but maybe the most disappointing. Good skins that are just like, oh, maybe it could have been. I'm not so fond of the Hanzo skin. I think it's kind of the Hanzo skin. It very much just looks like...
I feel like they're having some problems. See, I don't mind this skin. I actually think it looks okay. But I do agree with you that I think they're maybe having problems diversifying his look.
Yeah.
He has a very specific kind of... Half of his chest is kind of there.
Yeah, very much so.
His arms are a certain kind of look a certain way, and his hairstyle always seems to be just kind of the same.
Yeah, it's maybe a case of because his silhouette has to be so specific, maybe they're finding it difficult to work within that to find a new look for him. But yeah, kind of like that was just a bit like, I could have sort of expected that vanilla maybe, it didn't feel as special. Soldier, I kind of think the top half is really cool. He's got almost like a Cyclops sort of look about him with the visor.
Feel legendary.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the point. And kind of like Soldier, I think, is lacking in brilliant skins at the moment.
Yeah, I think he needs one that is like, okay, that's the really good Soldier skin. Actually, I really like Soldier's base design. I think he looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
I think part of that probably comes from the fact that Chris Metzen actually designed him like 20 years ago.
Sure.
So they, he's been refining that, and he really, got him to a place that he really liked before obviously he left and that sort of thing. But I think he is lacking in just
iconic
like
skin,
a really kind of, oh wow, that's a really great legendary skin. I also feel like those cyborg ones, I'm not a huge fan of the Zarya one, and making a Zarya skin that I don't like is a pretty impressive feat. And I feel like they're just lacking a little bit of identity. One of the things about this, and it's interesting what you were saying about it being like alternate versions, is that I do feel like there isn't something that ties all this together.
Sure, yeah. A bit like kind of like when they had sort of like the Uprising stuff, you got the tie of the uniform and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly, and you felt like, oh, okay, right, these are the skins, like the kind of older skins. This is when, you know, before the game started. And then with obviously the winter and the Halloween stuff, all of that was very closely tied in fanatics.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Funniest skin, it's got to be May, hasn't it?
She's a beekeeper for some reason.
A little android guy on the back, like her drone is a bee. It's got wings and it's painted yellow. It's just my god, it's so good, so good. But yeah, and then obviously the other thing that we've got is dances.
Yeah.
That's the other. I think that maybe more above the skins is something that we've been excited about.
That people are all about. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen Bastion's dance?
It's very good. I was excited. I was excited for you to bust out some moves, Matt, and I'm glad I wasn't disappointed.
Yeah,
Bastion's is very, very good. That one doesn't seem to. Like I swear I recognise it, but I haven't seen anybody compare it to it.
Yeah, no, not yet, because obviously quite a lot of them have been sort of like they're actually ripped, like so many of the World of Warcraft dances were. I think
all of the World of Warcraft dances are actually like real dances because they're a bit longer. The loops are a bit longer,
definitely,
and they were made longer ago, basically. But yeah, all of those are based off like fairly famous stuff.
Yeah,
a lot of these ones seem to be. But
we know, for example, Maze is that kind of the anime sort of.
Yeah, I cannot remember what the name of the anime it's from.
I'm not well enough versed in that.
But yeah,
kind of
it's
world.
like it's from like a very famous anime opening.
Yeah, and Zarya's is the kind of aerobic sort of.
Yeah, from like this really famous, like I think it's an 80s aerobics video. Yeah, that one's really good.
Yeah, other really good ones. Farah's is amazing.
I have no idea what's even going on in Farah's.
It's like air guitar, but like the vents on her back open and fireworks.
Yeah, have you seen it with the black Anubis skin?
Yes,
it looks so good.
Incredible. D.Va's dance is really good because she's in the mech, obviously, so that's really kind of big and lumpy. And like she slams the guns together, and there's like a spark.
Do you know what happens if you use it when she's not in the mech? Does she have a version?
I
don't think she usually doesn't.
That's a good question. I'm going to assume not because it wasn't available to see on the character kind of profile. Roadhog's got a really good dance. I'm sure that's one of your favourites.
Same all the time. He looks brilliant.
What are the worst dances then, Ben?
Well, now, so what Matt has put here is he's put soldiers down, which I think is just criminally wrong.
Well,
he's your dad.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like
it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And then you also got Reaper here, which I don't think that one's very defendable.
So the reason why is I thought I was watching the Reaper dance and like he just taps his foot. And that's very in character, but I assume they'd have him break character and do something hilarious.
Yeah. So I think it is very funny for like a couple of seconds, and then you're like, well, that's a bit boring. Isn't it? Versus the other ones, which all, while being in character, are also quite either very funny or you know just very entertaining to look at.
Yeah. So like, the funniest ones are like Junkrat.
Junkrat's might be my favourite.
Oh,
I think it's brilliant.
I've had it twice now in loot boxes.
Some classic loot boxes there.
Genji's got a really fun one. Arisa's is great because she's like prancing around.
Arisa just looks so happy the whole time.
She's the happiest character. She
is. I really like Arisa.
Doesn't even have actual happiness. It's just pre-programmed. But
I think they've done a really good job with her since they released her and inputting her in the game in managing to make a really interesting character that is just like a four-legged robot.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's quite challenging, and they managed to pull it off.
Yeah, other great ones. Reinhardt dances with his hammer.
Obviously.
Torb just looks so happy. So happy.
Torb's got my moves.
Yeah.
That's what that one's based off. It's based off me.
And Winston's little butt wiggle. Just wiggles his butt.
Have you seen the Twitch clip of somebody set it to that Shooting Stars song? It's so good.
Sounds amazing.
It's incredible. Okay, right. So that's cosmetic stuff. Do let us know in the comments which ones we're criminally wrong about and which ones we should have mentioned. Moving on to gameplay bits. Now, this is the stuff that I really definitely needed you in for.
Right, okay.
Because I haven't touched this stuff at all. We'll kick off with 1v1. So basically what they've done is they've added 3 new arena maps, which are the smaller versions of the maps, and then they've changed the 1v1 and 3v3 modes pretty significantly from what they were when they were introduced. So 1v1, what have they changed, and what do you think of the new version?
So I've always been fairly bad at 1v1, so I'm still struggling with it. But I do quite like the fact that now it's not a case of that it used to be it chose a character for you, didn't it? And then both of you fought as that character. Now you get to pick from a pool of 3 different characters and start 3. I assume they're randomly selected. So you might be going up against the same person if they've chosen the same as you, but it could be 2 other people. And basically the mode still plays out pretty much the same from there, but it's that obviously that option of you can choose out of 3 which one you've probably got more success with.
And which one you think fits the mode better, and you don't end up with, Lucio mirrors.
Exactly,
mirrors, which are always kind of weird.
For sure, yeah.
So have you found much success in the new version?
Oh god, no. So the obviously with arena sort of like maps, and in the arcade you get a loot box, wouldn't you?
Whenever you win.
Now, that loot box is still elusive to me. I'm never going to get that. I'm terrible at going one-on-one.
What we'll do is me and you, and maybe Kieran, our cameraman, who's exceptionally good at
very
Overwatch,
good, yeah.
We'll just stand behind you, and I'm sure our commentary will help.
Okay, sure. I'm sure the pressure's really going to get me somewhere with that.
That'll really work it. Okay,
3v3,
so,
on the other hand, I'm doing okay at.
Right, okay.
So 3v3 has a really interesting sort of lockout pick system now. So basically you choose your 3 characters. If your team wins that round, those characters are then locked out from your setup.
Sure.
So basically what this means is, there'd always be that absolute dick that would go in with May.
Yeah.
And they'd be the bane of your existence, because they'd just freeze themselves and they'd win, and then they'd choose May again, and they'd have like a 3-set pickup, which would mean they've just got it on a roll because they know how that combination works.
Yeah, I think the metagame got pretty stale for the 3v3.
Yeah, for example. But basically now, if they win a round with it, they can't use those characters again, so they have to mix it up, and it means that you've now got a chance to dominate back, because you can either steal their tactic that they used last time, or you can find something that's better. So I think 3v3 just feels a far more kind of viable and more fun mode now than it ever has done.
And this kind of ties into the stuff that I've been talking about for a little bit, which is wanting to see this stuff get more competitive.
Yeah.
Now, what they haven't done is introduce like a ladder or anything like that.
No,
but now that there's more maps, and we'll get onto that in a second, that I'm sure that really helps. With the 3v3, I know they've also implemented a thing where to get rid of draws, to get rid of those like stalemates.
Yes.
There's now a capture point in the middle.
There is,
right?
yeah. So if you have the match going on for too long, it also okay, in 30 seconds the point's going to open, and there'll be essentially a capture point in the middle of the map, and go there and first capture it wins. So it does prevent that. As you say, when you've got like 2 healers that are kind of going up against each other, or you've got people that are just hiding all the time.
Yeah, or just like a May just kind of freezing you and running away or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely eliminates that. You've got to be first to the point.
Again, that sort of changes the metagame as well. It means it's more used to, because you could actually play like a stall out comp. Where, and, this is total speculation. I haven't played enough of it at all to know whether this works. But you could play like a Bastion or something, and then stall out until the point activates, and then you have a team that's better at taking the point.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see how that goes. Now, what about the maps?
The maps, so obviously very similar to Antarctica in terms of the way that they're laid out. They're sort of that sort of size.
It's not just reskins though, right?
No. They're based on kind of like existing, like when you go in, you'll hear the announcer going, Dorado or something like that, but the actual maps are different maps. So there's I can't actually remember what the names of them are. You might be better at this.
No, I just know one of them's based on Dorado, one of them's based on Eichenwald,
yes.
One of them's based on Anubis, Temple of Anubis.
Yeah, so the Eichenwald one is really, really nice. It's kind of got lots of collapsed trees that work as ramps, kind of buildings with kind of blocked out doors, so you have to sort of like circumvent and stuff like that. And it means that I think it encourages a lot of movement, which obviously in a 1v1 situation is really, really good, because you don't get that point where someone just goes and hides and you have to spend the entire round sort of like tracking them down. So I think the entire maps do feel based around kind of encouraging movement, encouraging aggression, which obviously means that you don't hopefully get that point where you are just waiting for that timer to then nick sort of like the capture point and stuff like that,
It sounds like they have learned from, Antarctica, because obviously that was made and they were like, this might be good, we don't know, and then people liked it, but they want to see improvements, and they've kind of done stuff across the board now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully we'll get to play a little bit more of that and maybe bring some more opinions next week. Finally, the last extra mode they've added, goodness me, there's been a lot, was Total Mayhem. Now this is, let me try and remember, I can't remember the actual numbers, but basically everyone's got double health. Everyone charges their ultimates faster, and all the cooldowns cool down faster. How's that been?
Mayhem, as it says in the thing. I really like this. It's, when you're a D.Va main, anything that keeps you going is great. So
having twice as much health. Do you just have like 1200 HP?
Yeah, well, kind of like the game I captured for, you can check out on the channel. We've got some footage
we have gameplay of all of this.
I just died once as D.Va, and that's, I'm kind of an average player, I guess, and so to be able to do that is just...
You're supposed to be blowing up shit all the time.
Oh yeah, because your charge goes up so much that you can just be kicking out your self-destruct all the time. You know, you can bring up defense matrix pretty much as often as you want, absorb all the damage, fire indefinitely, essentially.
Well, it's interesting what you're saying about the defense matrix, because one of the complaints I've seen is that certain characters, particularly May, Roadhog, are basically invulnerable.
Yeah.
Because May can just... I think she has like 1 second of downtime or something. Zarya is apparently basically invulnerable as well.
I found playing against her, Orisa's just an absolute monster in that mode, because she's just got Fortify on all the time. She can put up as many shields as she needs, essentially. Yeah, it's just she's an absolute nightmare. But that kind of makes it fun, but also I'm going to assume like this won't last. This will be the fun thing for this event. Because I have a feeling that a very similar sort of thing has been on the playlist before. Remember we used to have Brawl playlists?
Yeah.
I think
there was one that was something like this. Yeah, I don't think it was identical.
Yeah, but it kind of and probably had the same problems essentially, but it's still quite fun to play.
I was interested to see them try this, because I know in the past, particularly when games are being made, they do something like this during, like, you know, not during any public phase, like during an alpha, they'll go, what if we just double the HP of everyone, and therefore, you know, matches last longer or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if they were doing this as like an experiment to be like, is this how the game should be all the time? Seems like the answer is no.
Yeah.
But it was an interesting experiment.
Yeah, also the other thing I quite like about it is if you're trying to learn how to play a really squishy character, now is the time. Like, I've never been any good at Genji, but I've got the Blackwatch skin, so I really want to play him a bit more, but I've been playing him in Total Mayhem just because he's got more health and I can keep him alive a bit longer.
Yeah, and you can spam deflect.
Yeah,
as well.
and sort of like just understand how his skills work, you know, a bit more, and then when I go back into quick play, you know, hopefully I'll have a better idea on how he works.
And that's everything that there is in the 1.11 anniversary patch. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Overwatch This. We'll be back next week to talk about probably some stuff that people were expecting to happen but hasn't yet. Where is Doomfist?
Yeah, where is he?
KS. And much more, of course, from us over the next week on the YouTube channel. Do keep your eye on it. We'll even have some videos today about the Counter-Strike Global Offensive update, which is of roughly the same size, as we're all very happy about. Thanks very much for joining us. Do hit like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more, and we'll see you next time.